welcome to today's video. Wait, something's wrong. Hang on a second. There, that's better. Today is May 25th, and that means that we're celebrating International Towel Day. This is the day that you really remember where your towel is, because it is very important if you're a hitchhiker. And of course I'm referring to the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, the creation of Douglas Adams. It started out as a radio series in 1978 and then became a series of books. It is a 5-volume trilogy. One of the taglines for it was reinvented the word trilogy. There have been radio shows, radio plays, the books. There was a 1985, I believe it was 85, TV miniseries, and Douglas Adams, the author, makes a cameo in it, and you see his naked butt as he runs into the ocean. Spoilers. I own it on VHS, or I did, and it's the campiest. It's awful. It's so good, but it's so, because it's 1985, it's in England, they filmed it in England, and the quality is not great, but it's hilarious. There is a 2005 film with Martin Freeman, who I am currently cosplaying as Arthur Dent, and Mos Def as Ford Prefect. Sam Rockwell played Zaphod Beeblebrox, and Zooey Deschanel is Trillian. The 2005 version is a little different than the books and the other versions, but I think we've all agreed that that's okay, because the versions that Douglas Adams wrote were all wildly different from each other sometimes. So even though a lot of the versions are different and some of them contradict each other, basically the storyline is that a hapless human named Arthur Dent is having his house demolished even though he doesn't want it. And he is also having his planet demolished even though he doesn't want it. But luckily he has a friend named Ford Prefect, who is a writer for the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, and Ford takes him with him. They hitch a ride when the planet is being destroyed. So the rest of the books are about their adventures after planet Earth is gone. And they meet up with Zaphod Beeblebrox, who's the president of the galaxy and has 2 heads and 3 arms and is really full of himself. And they meet up again with Trillian, who on Earth was known as Trisha Macmillan, who Arthur had met at a fancy dress party. In different versions, they have different varying levels of romantic interest in each other. I prefer the books when they don't really so much. Along with Arthur and Ford and Zaphod and Trillian is the amazing Marvin, the paranoid android, who is a terribly depressed, super smart robot who just is the Eeyore of the galaxy. He is the best. And Alan Rickman is the voice of him in the movie, in the 2005 movie, and he is sublime. Fans of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy started to celebrate International Towel Day 2 weeks after Douglas Adams died on May 11th, 2001, and it's just kind of a day to celebrate the books that we love and the writer that we lost. So today, in celebration of that, got my towel, I've got my Arthur Dent costume, I made a Pan-Galactic Gargle Blaster, reading some Babelfish. So I thought I would read really quickly why it is important to know where your towel is. The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy has a few things to say on the subject of towels. A towel, it says, is about the most massively useful thing an interstellar hitchhiker can have. Partly, it has great practical value. You can wrap it around you for warmth as you bound across the cold moons of Jaglin Beta. You can lie on it on the brilliant marble-sanded beaches of Semtragonus 5, inhaling the heady sea vapors. You can sleep under it beneath the stars which shine so redly on the desert world of Kakrafoon. Use it to sail a mini-raft on the slow, heavy river Moth. Wet it for use in hand-to-hand combat. Wrap it round your head to ward off noxious fumes, or avoid the gaze of the ravenous bug-bladder beast of Trawl. A mind-bogglingly stupid animal. It assumes that if you can't see it, it can't see you. Daft as a brush, but very, very ravenous. You can wave your towel in emergencies as a distress signal, and of course, dry yourself off with it if it still seems to be clean enough. More importantly, a towel has immense psychological value. For some reason, if a strag, non-hitchhiker, discovers that a hitchhiker has his towel with him, he will automatically assume that he is also in possession of a toothbrush, washcloth, soap, tin of biscuits, flask, compass, map, ball of string, gnat spray, wet weather gear, spacesuit, etc., etc. Furthermore, the strag will then happily lend the hitchhiker any of these or a dozen other items that the hitchhiker might accidentally have lost. What the Strag will think is that any man who can hitch the length and breadth of the galaxy, rough it, slum it, struggle against terrible odds, win through, and still know where his towel is clearly a man to be reckoned with. Hence a phrase that has passed into hitchhiking slang, as in, hey, you sass that hoopy forward prefect? There's a frood who really knows where his towel is. Sass, know, be aware of, meet, have sex with. Hoopy, really together guy. Frood, really amazingly together guy. So, that is why you should always know where your towel is. That's it for me today. I hope you know where your towel is. Have a happy towel day. And I guess it's Memorial Day too, so have a good Memorial Day. And I will see you next time. Make sure you do all those nice things you can do on YouTube. Like this video, subscribe, comment below your favorite Hitchhiker's Guide quote or reference. If you've read the books and, you know, seen the movies or all that other stuff. If you've listened to any of the plays, that'd be cool too. If you haven't, please read them. They're wonderful. They're not very long. They are absurd. They're so funny. And, oh yeah, you can follow me on many social media sites. The two biggest ones would be Twitter, @FriendsWithYA, and on Tumblr, I'm Reading Rainbow Hair.